So I took a few days off, and now I am back. So my brother calls me. He says to me, "Did you friend this girl?" And I'm like, "Maybe." He's like, "Why did you do that?" She wants to know why you friended her. I said, "Well, I friended a bunch of people. A bunch of people have been friending me." I said, "Maybe I probably friended her because she was, we had a lot of friends in common." So he's like, "Well, you got to be careful." So I started thinking about it. Maybe I do have to be more careful, when I friend someone, because maybe she thought it was offensive, I guess. I don't know. So then I was home, wasn't on my computer, and I get this message on my phone. It says, "Do you know my ex?" And it's on Facebook. So I'm thinking, oh shit, what did I do? Did I do? I'm pissing someone off and contacting this person's ex. Billy Parker. Hey, Billy. So anyway, I respond. I'm like, "No, I don't know your ex. I don't even know who you are." And because what happens is when you're on, you just get like some kind of warning here, or not a warning, but you just get the message. You don't see it in context. I didn't know really like what forum he was in, or what he was why he said that, or what he was responding to. So then after I said to him, my bad, sorry if I contacted your ex, and so he says blah blah blah. And then what he did was, after I posted my hippo picture, he posted under the hippo picture a funny thing, comparing the hippo to his ex. But I didn't know that. I didn't know he was talking about the hippo. All you see on the phone is his message. So I don't know. Maybe you have to be careful. Maybe we shouldn't be so paranoid, I guess. So maybe a lesson learned. Next time someone texts me, I have to investigate more carefully the context of that text, and not be like CNN and take something completely out of context and think that it's this bad, terrible, awful, Russia, 12 years, the earth's going to blow up, something, like they take our president out of context all the time. I'm going to be careful about that. Not do that again. That's funny. Billy, you're a funny guy. Okay, in the news. Barr reveals he's reviewing conduct of FBI's original Russia probe. Beautiful. Bingo. Of course, we knew that. Told you that. FBI, DOJ, Obama, Hillary, all conspired to divide America, to bring upon hate, and they all need to go to jail. Our president had nothing to do with even that. They're still doing it even after the Mueller report's out. They're never gonna. They need help. They need psychological help. These people. Russia. All right, in the news. Purchaser of $8 million Florida home arrested in theft of $300 Kmart return scam. Got to show you the picture. This guy's beautiful, isn't he? Look at that. So this guy has an $8 million Florida home. He also has many other properties, And what he was doing, he was returning things to Kmart, like he'd put inside the box, like he bought a coffee maker, something else, and then he bought a coffee maker. His coffee maker was old and was broken. So he bought a new coffee maker, and he put his old coffee maker in the box and bring it to Kmart. This guy is a multi-millionaire, and he's doing this. So we need to ask why. Why are people, all people, stealing? And the answer is because we went through 8 years of Obama where stealing is pretty much okay. It's not like, I mean, he said things, especially to the black people. He said things like, the black slaves built this country and you're entitled to more money. And so basically it's okay to steal. No, it's not. It's not okay for anyone to steal, including this multimillionaire. And the culture of America needs to get back to normality, and not that like it's okay to steal, because it's not. Retiring Italian soccer player escorted from final match in helicopter by masked men. That's the headline. So this guy's retiring from soccer. It's his last game, and he does a juicy. He fakes kind of a kidnapping type thing. So this helicopter lands. This is in Italy. This helicopter lands while he's playing, and these masked men get out of the helicopter and grab him and take him away in the helicopter. Sure, that's okay. Not a problem. So everyone was kind of like freaked out by that. You could imagine. No one did anything. No one stopped them. They didn't know who these people were. So I don't know. What would you do if you were in Italy and watching a soccer match and a helicopter lands and masked men get out and take one of the players? Probably get the hell out of there. Yeah. Okay. Deported MS-13 member, convicted of, and a convicted killer. He's a convicted killer, deported MS-13 member, convicted killer, caught back in New York's Long Island. So this guy here, convicted murderer, deported, and they just caught him in New York. Came back in. Congratulations. Illegal immigrant charged in 5 deaths in Missouri, found in his cell dead. So there he is. This guy killed 5 people, illegal immigrant, in Missouri and Kansas. Oh, that's good. He went across lines. So that's good. He's dead. The Republicans forced a vote on the new Green Deal, and no Democrat voted for it. So what does that tell you about the new Green Deal? Not everybody is kind of for it. Well, you wouldn't know that by watching the news. All those people holding up signs, new Green Deal. And then you get that girl from, that Cortez girl, remember her? Cortez, she's all for it. Had a bunch of people join. Hey, David Field, good. Mike Brightman. Steve, Joe Lilly. Wow, fantastic. Senator Feinstein. If I missed anyone, sorry, I got too many people to. All right, Senator Feinstein votes no for disaster relief for farmers in the state of California, where she's from. That's her state, her people. She voted no because Trump's trying to help them. She will defect, be a traitor to her own state just so she can vote against Trump or not vote for something that Trump was trying to do to help the farmers in California. Sad. Okay, Sanders and Obama. They're back in the news. These guys are always going to be in the news now. The election coming up, only, a year and a half away. No, 2020. No, we're only 8 months away. Sorry about that. 8 months away from the 2020 midterms. So Bernie Sanders is taking a stand against open borders. Unbelievable. Maybe there's hope for it, Bernie. No. President Obama is in Germany, was highlighting the importance of immigrants assimilating to their nation's culture. I'm going to say that again because it's shocking it could be shocking to some. Obama was highlighting the importance of immigrants assimilating into their host nation's culture. So maybe there's hope for him. No. But every now and then you'll get a little tidbit of common sense. It's almost shocking, really, when something like that happens. But but Bernie also says that felons in jail should have the right to vote. So there you go. Bernie's going after the imprisoned felon vote. Good for him. It's anything for a vote, I guess. Okay, Cory Booker introduces black slavery reparations bill in the Senate. Of course, saw this coming. The question again, and I brought this up, Beto, come on, man. The black vote is sliding away, Beto. You're going to have to do something soon. I told you he's going to change his view on that. We'll see what happens. I'm usually right, like almost always. Minimum wage hikes trigger payroll tsunami. I told you about this before. Minimum wage, it's ridiculous. I told you on the federal level, you can't have it because some states have less income than other states. So it just doesn't work to have one for the nation. Likewise, you can't even have it first. You can't have a statewide a minimum wage because there's some parts of a state like New York City. New York City minimum wage there is more than 15 anyway. But you make a statewide minimum wage of $15, and let's say Western New York, upper state Western New York, some small little rinky-dink town with a very small economy, you impose $15 on them, all those businesses there, the restaurants, they're going out of business. Everyone's going to lose their job. The waitresses, bus boys, whatever. You have nowhere to eat, can't go out. So, yeah, this is going to wreak havoc. You got the people in Congress that want the liberals there that are pushing for countrywide federal minimum wages, and then you have the people at the state level pushing for state minimum wages. Both of them disaster. Okay, I got a lot of news to go through because I haven't been on for a while. A lot of interesting stuff, so I'm trying to fly through this as quickly as I can. The chief of NATO, in his speech to Congress, declares Trump's push for more defense spending is working. This is Trump saying to the other countries, you got to pay more because we've been paying too much and you ain't paying enough, and it's working. And he went off on how wonderful all the different things that are happening. NATO's getting in more money than it had before, and America's paying less, and how it's just unbelievable. But of course, you won't hear much of that in the news. He never gets credit for all the great, wonderful things that he's doing. Yeah, am I pro-Trump? People have asked me that. Yeah, why not? He's perfect. So unless someone can tell me something that he's done that's not perfect, I mean, I'd like to hear that. People always ask me questions. What are you doing this? Of course, I'm a Russian spy. That's why I'm doing this. And, questions like, what's your end game? And are you a Republican? And, no, I'm not a Republican. I told you. I'm undeclared in Massachusetts, so that way I can vote in the primary. and no one can stop me. It's great. So, but no, see, Trump's not a Republican or a Democrat. And I'm gonna have a whole segment on him, not today, but the Democrats don't like him the left because he's not a Democrat. He ran Republican, but each had to choose one of the two because we're a two-party state here. You got to choose one of the two. He chose Republican, but there's a lot of Republicans that don't like him because there's a lot of things that he does that's really a Democrat type ideal and not a Republican ideal. So he's hated by both. The swamp isn't just the Democrats. It's a lot of Republicans too. So yeah, I'm like him. I'm not Republican or Democrat. And it's great when you vote too. So, okay. Border Patrol official. Caravan size influx of migrants arriving every week in Rio Grande Valley. So that's the headline. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not CNN. But let's just see what some of the things that are going on at our border. People from 50 different countries, including China, Bangladesh, Turkey, and Egypt and Romania, are being apprehended at the border. People are traveling across the hemisphere to attempt illegal entry into the U.S. using the same pathways as the Central Americans. Customs and Border Protection apprehended more than 76,000 migrants across the border, crossing illegal, 76,000 in February. And more than 100,000 in March. No surprise. We already knew that. This is interesting because they're always saying, "Oh, there's no crisis. There's no crisis." Well, the Obama-era Border Patrol chief. So Obama put this guy in as a Border Patrol chief. His name's Mark Morgan. He told the senators on last Thursday, that the U.S. has experienced a crisis at the southern border at a magnitude never seen in modern times. So even the Obama people that were appointed experts are saying that there's a major crisis. So don't listen to CNN. I mean, they lied to you for, 2.5 years about Russia. And now they lie about everything. I mean, how can you possibly watch them unless you're on drugs or something? So nothing against doing drugs. I mean, if you do drugs, that's none of my business. But I'm trying to think of a reason why you would watch someone who constantly for 2.5 years tells you that there's Russian collusion when there's not Russian collusion. And as a matter of fact, I just showed you it's the people of the FBI, the CIA, and Obama and Hillary. They're the ones that are going to be investigated. Those are the ones that go to jail. Those are the ones that are the traitors. And CNN. They colluded. They all colluded together. CNN needs to go to jail too. Okay. Can't throw a television in jail, but you know what I mean. All the people that work there. Okay. I was talking to someone just yesterday, not too long ago. We were talking about the border, a friend of mine, and she says, but it's going to cost so much money to do the border. I could use that money. Well, I started to look at that. So we kind of figured it out. There's an initial cost of building the border. He wanted, they gave him, it was $5 billion that was allocated just recently. And but you build it and well, it's there. It's going to last a long time. And Trump, of course, is going to build a wall that is going to last a long time. And it's going to be, the best at the cheapest cost for sure. That's what he does. He builds. So I figure that maximum now, it's about $2 billion a year if we start, fixing it and building it now and maintaining it. Over time, it's like $2 billion maximum, right? So she was saying that, that's a lot of money and we can't afford it and all that kind of thing. Well, government spending, this year, government spending is going to be $21 trillion. So we're looking at average cost of $2 billion a year when we're spending $21 trillion a year. So how much is that? What percent of our total budget is that? Well, it's 0.01%. Yes, that's 1/100th of 1%. That's not too much for border security to keep the drugs out, to keep the all the people that we read in the news. So is your family worth 1/100th of 1% of our spending? Okay. I need a cigarette. Justin Haskins. Okay. Angry white male studies course. Left-wing craziness on campus. Yeah, I've brought up a couple of these courses to you before. Geez, I can't remember, but you know, they always are coming up with these new courses. There was a course on dealing with climate change and how to mentally condition yourself to the climate change. There's a course on that. Well, here's a new one. This is University of Kansas. Angry white male studies. I'm not kidding you. Angry white male studies. I'm so angry. You need to go to school because white males are so angry. What a joke. You know, it's all fear mongering. That's what it's all about. That's what they're teaching. They on CNN, you know, it's just constant fear mongering. The Earth's gonna end. Trump's Russia agent. I'm an FBI agent, but he isn't. I should know that because I'm an FBI agent. Russian agent, spy person. So yeah, it's just constant fear mongering, constantly trying to divide America, scare America, false news, and it's really it's sickening, and it's mostly based on race. Sometimes they throw other things in too, you know, like Russia, but you know they said Trump's a racist too. He's the least racist person you could ever meet. I mean, it's unbelievable. But so Joe Biden, crazy Joe Biden, vice president for 8 years, and he's running for president. We think he's going to run, but in the past, this is what he said. He said, "Black integration is a rejection of black pride." Let's say that again. Black integration is a rejection of black pride. So how do you feel about that? Is black integration a rejection of black pride? I mean, how much pride should a person have before he's considered a racist? And I mean, a pride in anything, you can take pride in, well, Joe Biden saying if integration is a rejection of black pride, well, let's say you took pride in being white or being Muslim or being, I don't know, whatever, you pick it. I got a comment, this reminds me, I got a comment from Rick Martin on one of my previous shows, and he said something like, well, he was responding to something I said, and he said something like he's a racist racer or something like that. And I posed the question to him then. I said, how much pride can a person have, let's say a Muslim, before that Muslim is considered a racist? Or how much pride does a racer have before he's considered a racist? Or anyone, or a white person, or a black person. If a black person has a lot of pride in being black, is that black person racist? Well, you've heard it about white people. If you have white pride, if you're proud of being white, you're a racist, you're pro-white, or whatever. So It's something to think about. I posed that question. You can look this up. You can look this up. This was, a couple weeks ago, and that was one of my shows. And radical racist Rick Martin, said that. But let me know what you think about pride, which is, can be built into nationalism too. Everything kind of comes together. You'll see that everything's related. I've said that before. It's a part of why I'm doing this, though no one's figured it out yet. California universities are offering segregated housing for blacks. I'm going to say that again, because to most people, you would think, what the hell, right? California universities are offering segregated housing for blacks. Now, this is, liberal cesspool we're talking over there. So Fox, they're fun. They like to have fun stuff. So they went on the campuses to ask students what they thought about that. So they asked, I like saying asked. It's funny, white people can't say asked and black people can't say ask. I don't get it. What the hell's wrong with you people? Why is that? I just can't get it. But it's true. I mean, I run into it all the time. But anyway, so Fox went around campuses and asked people. They were asking white people, crackers. They were saying, what do you think about this segregated housing for blacks? And the nutcase liberal crackers were like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they should have that. Why not? They can be comfortable like that. This is the kind of things they were saying. I'm not making this up. So then, Fox is showing, they were asking some of the black students there and what they thought about that. And like all of them were like, what the hell are you what the hell? This is going back to segregation. So, yeah, what the hell? I'll tell you what the hell is. California is hell. Lack of nationalism is hell. Identity politics is hell. That's what's causing this type of thing. We have to say, we're going to do special things for certain people to get their votes because they're a certain race or religion or color or whatever. And we have to do special things and identity things. And it's hell. That's bad. That's bad. It's amazing. I mean, this is the Democrats that are doing this kind of thing. But it was the Democrats that wanted slavery anyway. They fought for slavery, and they fought against women voting rights and all these things. That's the Democrats. They're for nothing. They say they're for everything, and you can't be for everything. If you're for everything, you are for nothing, and that's what you are. If you're a left-wing Democrat, socialist nutcase, you are a zero, nothing, because you're for nothing. You just want the votes. You say you're for this, give me the vote, for that. No, you're for nothing. But we know what you're against. Well, we know a lot of things you're against. A lot of just the Caucasians. Caucasian. It's so offensive. Caucasian. Are you kidding me? Caucasian. The Caucasus region of Europe is not where the white people from Europe came from, that in masses to the United States. We did not come from the Caucasus region. We are not Caucasians. That's so offensive. Why is it that when someone does something really offensive like that is so offensive, but nothing gets done about that. No one really even complains about it. Because I'm not going to really complain. But I am complaining because it really is offensive. Because it just doesn't represent the people that came to the United States in masses. Yet, white people are called that, which is completely wrong. And as I said before, it's offensive because it's the word in and of itself, the formation of the word, cock and Asian, that's offensive. So anyway, yeah, so offensive speech like that. The thing is, people like me, we have better things to do than to say, oh, that's offensive, even though it really is. We have better things to do than to go around finding words and putting them in this book and try to make people not say that word. We have better things to do, like work. But maybe something like that, we ought to do something about that. Maybe we ought to start a petition and put that word in the book, in the book of words that people aren't allowed to say anymore, and that should go to jail for saying it. Hell, you can find it on applications. We need to take it off the applications. It just says Caucasian. You know, are you Spanish? Are you this? Are you that? Are you Caucasian? No, maybe you can call me white or something. I don't know. Maybe that's offensive too. But I'm certainly not Caucasian. I'm not from the Caucasus region of Europe, which is the easternly-most region of Europe on the border of Asia. That's not where I'm from, and it's not where most white Americans are from. They're just not. That's not the people that came here. So, yeah, so why is it that when people, whoa, earthquake? No, it's not CNN here. There's no earthquake. So why is it that when something like that, a word like that is being used and it's so wrong, we don't say anything about it? But look, even if we did say about it, like I'm saying something about it, nothing's being done about it. I'm not on CNN. Oh, we can't say that word anymore. It's offensive. No, they won't do that. Why? Because, well, the CNN, I'm a zero. I'm just a nothing. I'm not gay or one of the other 78 major gender classifications. I'm not handicapped. I'm not a minority. I'm not suffering from victim syndrome mentality where, oh my God, you know, I'm not underage, overage. I'm not female. I'm just a zero to them. I don't count. Doesn't matter if I say something's offensive to me, even though it really is. Not all the shit that they say is offensive, that really isn't. But here's something that really is offensive. Yet they wouldn't do something like that because, you know, they look at us as like we're zeros. No, they're zeros. I'm just a logical, fair person. That's all I am. People like us, people like me would be hated by the left, hated by the media, and so are many of you out there. For us, there's no special laws, no special treatment. You're not part of a protected class like a penguin. You know what? I like that. I just don't want to pay for special treatment for other people. Trump action figure. Does he look good? He's beautiful. All right, so I'm going to leave you tonight. I didn't start off with a song, but I'm going to end with a song instead. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Great song. Hope you enjoy. Be safe. Have a good night. Trying to make it so you guys can hear it.
children. It's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Yes, in the storm is threatening my very life today. Give me shelter. Love, don't fade away. Oh, it's you. It's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Oh, it's you. It's just a shot away. 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 Shot away. Shot away. It's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Shot away. Shot away. It's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Shot away. Shot away. It's just a shot away. It's just a kiss away. It's just a kiss away. It's away. It's away. Just a kiss 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 away. Just away. Just just a